what is the biggest mistakes that singles makes that keep them single, in your opinion?
Oh, I think everybody has a different stumbling block and something that is difficult for them. One of the big mistakes is thinking about what does your family or your friends, what do they actually want for you? And thinking about that more than what do you want for you, right? So if you try to match what they want for you, we're going to have a problem because they don't need to be married to the person, you do, right? So everybody's like, oh, but my friends, my family, they love this person. And I'm like, who cares? You don't, right?
Hi, hello to everyone. Welcome to the episode 13 of מחלקה פנימית, a podcast that goes deep into mental health, spirituality, and consciousness. And today we are in Pardes Chana, and I'm so excited to host here עליזה ben Shalom, the ultimate matchmaker from Jewish Matchmaking on Netflix. Hi, عליזה.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you for being with us. I'm so excited. I watched the series and I heard a lot about you. And let's start with the most important question. How are you going to set me up?
I love that question. I need to know everything about you.
I'm a little hopeless, and my parents even more.
Why?
So,
why hopeless?
no, I'm joking. Yeah.
The way the world was created is that you come into the world, your soulmate comes into the world, and then you have to find each other. It's a big,
right.
like, Where's Waldo? I don't know. Did you guys have that book here as kids?
Which
you know,
one?
Where's Waldo?
I don't know.
It's
I
like-
grew
it's
up
like you
Haredi. I grew up Haredi,
no,
so I
no,
know
you won't know
only
it.
סיפורי צדיקים,
No, no, no.
מחניים,
No.
and that's it.
No. It's a book where you have a puzzle and you have to look and find somebody in the whole puzzle and the whole thing. And like you're looking for 10 minutes. Where? So this is like, you know, you're looking, but for like 10 years. Where?
Exactly.
Same kind of a thing.
Yeah, I see that. So, yeah, but let's talk like seriously. I want to talk to you about the situation that there is in the recent years. So many people that struggling with this situation, you know, of late singlehood, and they feel a bit lost because I feel that we are in the middle between our parents' generation that met through matchmaking and get married very early, you know, in their 20s after few dates, and it was so easy and quickly.
It looked so easy.
It looks
Shidduch is
for
never
us,
easy.
for us it looks like yeah, for our parents it was so much easier, and so this is from one hand, and in the other hand we haven't found yet the concept that fit to our era, our generation. So we kind of in the middle, and we need to find like a new concept that more effective than dating apps.
Right, dating apps, they're not bad, but they make you your own matchmaker. So you have to actually know how to use the information, the database to your greatest advantage, which most people are not experts on dating apps. But I'm not opposed to them. It's one way to be your own matchmaker. But I agree with you. I think we need a new concept for this generation. And can I give you what I think is the answer?
Yeah, but first I want to ask you, do you think we are ready to come back to this concept of matchmaking, but like in a new way that fit more to our generation? Like let's say matchmaking
2.0, 3.0?
yeah. דור 4 אומרים בעברית.
Okay.
We're going to speak a bit
Yeah,
Hebrew from
חצי,
time
חצי.
to time, חצי.
Okay,
Hiblish.
good. Hiblish, good. So I do think we're ready for דור 4. That's how you say it. I think that matchmaking is something old, right? It's from the times of the Torah. We talk about Avram, sending out Eliezer to go find a wife for his servant, right? It's like way back. Matchmaking is like the very first business ever to exist in the world, which is amazing. And it's good. And I think it works for a certain community and a certain type of person done in the way that it's always been done. But I think that the new modern way to do matchmaking is that not everybody is a matchmaker, but anyone can make a match.
Wow. Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So I expect that in the next 3 years, 5 years, friends, family workers, co-workers, just people in your community, hey, you're single. It's normal. Of course I set you up. I'm thinking of you.
It's amazing because they know you. So
Exactly. And they probably know the other person well also. Sometimes a matchmaker knows one side, maybe they know the other side a little bit, but we kind of do a lot of research and data and have to search everywhere for somebody's person. But when you know both sides so much better, you could make a better match. And
even more than professional matchmaking.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think your friends could match you better than I could match you.
Unbelievable.
But if I give them a little training, like I think everybody needs a little bit of training and support, because a lot of people say, oh, I thought of you. Oh, I have an idea. It's amazing. Why? Because it just came to me in a moment, in a flash. I have to tell you about it. Okay, that's not a good idea. That's an idea. It's not a good idea. A good idea is when I thought of it, and I can give you 3 or 5 reasons why I think that you're compatible, why you would make sense together, and what you have in common. What are the similarities and the things that actually align? Not just spontaneous. It came to my head and achshav, wow, my heart is bursting. I want to set you up. It has to be with a lot of consciousness and that they really do know you and they know what you really want. And they go, oh, this person could be a nice match.
And makes sense.
And don't over pitch it. Don't say like, they're amazing, you're amazing, you have to go.
Then it put so much responsibility on your shoulders.
And also the expectations so high. The only way to go from high expectations is down. So if you're like, they're good, you're good, it's okay, right? Where can you go? We could go up.
מכאן אפשר רק להתרומם, like we said in Hebrew. Interesting. Wow. And if we talk about professional matchmaking, how do you see like the new concept? How did you say it? Like a 4 point something?
Oh, yeah. 2.0, 4.0.
Yeah, what's the difference between the old matchmaking concept to
the new matchmaking concept?
The new one.
So matchmaking always started out as almost like a chesed. Like this is just something we do, we want to do, we feel good about helping other people, and we want to set them up. And everybody got a little too busy, and so they kind of forgot about it. I think that the old matchmaking model, it still works, and it's still good, and it's right for the right community, but the modern community and the modern world, I think, need a new model, and I think it needs to be more of a professional model, whether it's a business model or something of that nature where there is a transaction that goes in because people have to spend their full-time job doing this. Not just like, oh, when I think of you, I think of you. Like, we don't want that. What are you going to do? Wait 10 years till I think of an idea because I was busy doing something else? We need somebody that wants to spend their full time doing this in matchmaking and making this their full-time job. So to me, it can't just exist as a chesed, because if I'm not going to do anything else, I'm not going to be a therapist.
Full-time job, actually. It's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. And morning, noon, and night. And after midnight.
Yeah.
All day and all night.
Yeah, I did only one shidduch in my life, and it was like a full-time job, so I can imagine.
That's amazing. Mazal tov.
Thank you. How did it go for you doing, I don't know, how many shidduchim you do like at the same time?
I mean, we work with many people. I now have a whole team. I have a whole team now. So we are working with many singles at one time, and we are also collaborating with about 500 to 1,000 matchmakers all over the world.
Wow.
So we're
amazing.
Yeah, and now we're trying to do training. I like that everybody, the regular person, anybody can do matchmaking for their friends and family and community, and that everybody should be on board. Like, everybody has a hobby. You know, some people play golf and some people go to the beach and everybody has something they do.
Yeah.
I want everybody's hobby also to be matchmaking, right? And again, in a couple years from now, you're going to be like, Aleeza, we talked about it here first, right? We were talking about matchmaking just being something that everybody does.
This is the future, I think.
And we have to do it. There's too many single people.
Too many singles and too many pain and...
Yeah,
people,
a lot of
people
loneliness.
Confused. Loneliness. This is the top pandemic, I think, in the modern world.
Yeah.
And speaking about dating apps, again, I think now people start to feel like a bit tired of it's like
a lot of burnout.
Yeah. They look for something new and fresh and different. And I think this new concept of matchmaking, it's like this is the future.
So I'm calling this the Jewish matchmaking movement, right? This is a movement which is not just something to do, but it's a complete mindset change.
So this brings me to the next question. What's the difference between the Jewish matchmaking and just random matchmaking, of non-Jewish people?
It's not too different, meaning we actually have a lot of similarities. Also faith-based matchmaking, Christians and Hindus and Muslims, you see that we're all looking for something very similar, somebody who fits into our family, into our community, into our lifestyle. I think Jewish matchmaking takes a hyper focus on what type of a Jewish person you are. And to me, it doesn't matter where you are, right? Religious, secular, I don't care. But just that the person that you meet matches who you are and the type of family that you want to build. So you said you grew up Haredi, you grew up like very religious, right? How are you different now? How do you want to live your life in the future, right? We want to know the similarities and the differences, and as
I become serious, it's more about like the Jewish concept, I totally agree.
Right. So the differences of where we came from, like I came from a secular background. I grew up Chiloni.
Really?
Yeah, totally Chiloni. I know, right? We went in different directions.
Where?
Philadelphia.
Oh my God, wow.
So we grew up Jewish, but not even like Misarati, not even traditional. I grew up like, we didn't keep Shabbat. Later on, when my mom learned about it, we started to keep kosher ktsat, just a little bit. And we went to Hebrew school. Hebrew school was like 2 hours, 2 times a week. So that was my Jewish education.
Wow.
And then, you have a bar bat mitzvah, whatever, the kids. And that's kind of it. Like, that's the end of the Jewish education, unless you're involved in after-school programs. So I grew up secular, and then I was like, I like Judaism. It's good. It's nice. Shabbat, it's good. Who doesn't want to eat challah, chicken, right?
I like McDonald's and Judaism and salsa. So how did you find your way to the religious world to become more Jewish?
I was always doing Jewish things. At 17, I had visited Israel. I was involved in youth groups and trying to just enjoy my Judaism. And in my mid-20s, around 24, I went on a Jewish singles retreat. And it was run by...
Sounds fun.
It's very fun. We should run them here, too. So it was run by Rabbi David Aaron, who is an inspirational speaker and talks about Judaism and life and everything. And after that retreat, I was like, I just like this Jewish stuff. Like, I want to do more of it. This is fun. And I'm an adult. I can do anything I want. So I think I'll do Shabbat. I like that.
Wow.
I'll do the holidays. I like that. I want more of this.
Amazing. You know why? Because I did the opposite way.
Yeah.
And today I'm looking for the connection to Judaism from love. Like,
right.
I want to feel that I want to keep Shabbat. And thank God, finally I found this point, because now I'm so busy during the week. I'm waiting for Shabbat.
Right. Baruch Hashem,
Shabbat, Baruch Hashem. No phone, no social media, no work. Just be with yourself, with your family, with your friends, and with God, of course.
Right. It's true. It's one thing I love also about living in Israel even though not everybody keeps Shabbat, but mostly the country feels a little bit more shut down. Not everything's open, or in our area, you can't go many places.
Yeah.
And it says, spend time separate from the rest of the week. Do something different.
Yeah.
And like you said, enjoy your family, enjoy your community, enjoy your relationship with
Yeah,
God
yeah.
and the spiritual side of yourself too.
Yeah, so you're going to love the Shabbat in Bnei Brak. I come from Bnei Brak. It's shut down like totally everything. Like it's amazing. I remember the first time that I did Shabbat outside of Bnei Brak, so it looks weird for me that there is like cars on the road, you know, like in Bnei Brak, everybody like just walking around, like because the city blocked. So it's beautiful. Speaking about Judaism, I recently exploring the Jewish point of view of marriage, about marriage and relationships. I really like Rabbi Manis Friedman's things
excellent.
about I so like found myself connected to his shiurim, and I want to ask you, what do you think? How do you see the concept of soulmate? Like, is it true that there is only one person in the world that is the right person for me, and my job is just to find this girl?
So, okay, this is I'll give you the Aleeza understanding of this. That you can have one soulmate at a time. But you may have more than one soulmate in a lifetime. Okay? What do I mean by that? I mean that you can have a soulmate. You can get how do you make a let's take you back. How do you make a soulmate? You get married, right? You get married. Mazel tov, it's your soulmate. How else do you make a soulmate? You just decide they're your person? You can't just decide.
No, we already was.
You were soulmate.
We was one like soul, and then we got separate us.
So how do you get back together in this world?
Now it's like a reunion.
How do you get back together in this world? How do you make
only
the
by
reunion?
Marriage.
Nachon. So, by marriage, you have the reunion. It's your soulmate. Mazal tov, you get married. Boom, in the moment you break the glass, that's your soulmate, right? Now, if somebody dies, God forbid, if somebody is divorced, passes away, whatever the situation is, now that's separated again, okay? Now you want to get married and find somebody again. Now you find them and you get married again. What do you have? A second soulmate. You have another soulmate, a zivug sheni. Some people have a third soulmate. Some people have a fourth soulmate. Depends how many times you want to get married.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. Wow. So, you said like the first person I married to is always my first soulmate, my first zivug.
So,
or maybe sometimes I can skip my zivug rishon, my first soulmate, and meet my second soulmate, zivug sheni.
Okay.
It's possible?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But also I have heard a concept, a Jewish concept, that your first soulmate is you, meaning the neshama and the guf biyachad. That's the first soulmate. That's the first connection. And zivug sheni is the first person you marry.
Wow.
I heard that that's a Jewish concept
Beautiful
too.
Idea.
Nachon. So then, you know, if you want to call it the second one, but it's only the first one you marry. In Judaism, there's a lot of opinions. So if you don't like one answer, just keep searching. You'll get another.
Okay, great. Interesting.
But you're not going to miss your person. Like if you're worried, people talk about it. But I don't believe that somebody who's sincerely searching and sincerely making an effort, I don't believe you're going to miss your person. And even if we say you missed your person, you have the ability to get married. You get married, that is your person. A lot of people get married and then they say, but I don't know if this is my person. How do I know? I said, well, you married them. This is your person. They said, no. I don't know if this is my person. I'm telling you, if you married them, God agrees with you. This is your person.
Amazing.
It could be a bad marriage.
It's very important because then you can have amazing relationship with someone before marriage, and then you break up, so it means it wasn't your soulmate.
Nachon.
Even though you have amazing feelings and experience, and
correct.
You
didn't
spent
choose
3 years together.
Correct.
But if you don't...
They were your potential soulmate. That's how, I don't know how you say it in Hebrew, but in English I would call them your potential soulmate.
Interesting.
Right? They had potential, but you didn't say, I want you, I'm marrying you, and I say no to everybody else in the world. As soon as I marry you, and I say no to everybody else in the world, that's my soulmate.
Oh. It's a very big question for me, if you create your soulmate, or it's already done. I don't know how to say it in English.
If it's already predetermined.
Can.
Okay. So also, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
I'll tell you my best understanding.
Philosophy questions.
So I think that there is an ideal soulmate, or at least an ideal zivug rishon for us, right? There's what Hashem, divinely God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, wants for us, nachon? And God gives us free will. It's free will, bechira.
בחירה חופשית.
Okay, so we get בחירת חופשית. Okay, good. I'll stumble over Hebrew. Okay, so we get free will, and our free will empowers us to make a decision in this world. So you don't have to choose what God chose for you. You could choose anything, right?
No,
God,
I want what God chose for me.
Good.
Because God knows.
Then stay in alignment.
The best.
Then just stay in alignment, tap in, make sure that you have an awareness. Who am I? What do I need? How can I help somebody? How can they help me? As long as we can find somebody that's good for us, that can help us, we can help them, you're tapping into the right person. And you don't have to worry. When you make the decision, you pick them, you get married. It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Just follow God, trust God, and everything.
And trust your heart. Trust yourself too, to know God gave you free will. He gave you the ability to choose. It didn't just happen to you. We're not like in a play where we're puppets and there's a, it's happening to us. We are participating in this world. We're not malachim. Malachim don't have any choice. Angels have no choice. They just have to do. Totally. They have a mission. They do it. That's it. We have choice. We have freedom. We have the ability to say, I want this. I don't want that. And we get to choose it.
So I can give you a slogan because I'm a copywriter.
Oh, I love this. I love it.
Trust God, trust yourself, and trust Aliza.
I like that.
I have a question. This podcast mainly focused on mental health, inner work, spirituality. What do you think? How can inner work can help you to meet your person? Because sometimes people think they need to work. I have to meet many girls, and then if I meet 200 girls, the 201 will be my wife. Or I need to make more money. I need to be more successful. But my question is how inner work can help you more to finally meet your person.
I think that inner work helps you to be ready and helps you to be clear. So you have more of a vision of what you want, and you're in a place to receive it. Sometimes we're not feeling very good and we're not feeling ourselves, and then you want to go meet somebody. And who are you introducing them to? Not really you, because you're not in a good place. But when you do inner work and you feel shalom, whole, complete, and you feel like, okay, things are calm, I feel good, I'm in a good place, you can receive somebody and meet somebody wonderful.
And this is very interesting, because then I can ask you, so when I know that I'm ready, I'm complete, because it can take years to be Adam Shalem.
Okay, so not totally complete.
Because you always have work
Everybody
to do.
Work to
do. You are always moved.
No, so everybody's a work in progress. We're all on the road to being our perfect selves. The best way to truly, and I'm going to kind of backtrack and say, we're not really complete, right? When we bring that other person in, we're complete within ourselves, but we're not complete within our couplehood. We need to bring that other person together with us to help us complete our mission. And we're not really complete until we end our lives, right? We're really always a work in progress. So it's okay, the sign on the road, under construction, we're working on it. But your whole lifetime, I'm either working on it alone or I'm working on it with my partner. And I believe that working on it with our partner can help us to get there even faster and I need to be enough of a partner to myself and to the other person that I could handle a relationship. So you don't need to be perfect. You can still be in therapy. You can still be working on yourself. And you can still be looking for your partner and meet them and marry them and continue that road.
Wow. And what if single guy come to you and you see that he is not ready yet for marriage? Like he has work to do. So will you advise him like go work, go do like some work and then come back and meet girls? Or I don't know, you think he can work on it like during the way?
Right. It depends how much work, like how unfinished he is, how far on the road.
Yeah.
I think when somebody doesn't have confidence and they don't feel good about themselves, it's a problem. So I'll give you an example. If a guy did not have a job and he feels so terrible, I don't have a job, I can't provide, he shouldn't date. But if a guy doesn't have a job, he's working on getting a job. He had one before, he knows he's going to have one, he's confident, he feels good in who he is, he's just Bemsa, he's just in the middle of getting,
like, yeah.
He could date, right? You hear the difference? It's the same situation. Both don't have a job. But one has confidence, is moving in that direction, it's not going to be a problem. The other one is like, oh, life is terrible. And you don't want to meet somebody when you're low, because I think that like attracts like. And so you want to meet somebody when you're in at least an average or plus, you know, feeling a little bit better, feeling a little more confident, and able to show your true self.
And this is like thing that only professional matchmaking, like you can tell to someone, you can see that, okay, now it's not your time. You need to do a little work and then come back dating, because dating apps will never tell you...
Go away. Don't use our services.
You block from the app. You're not ready yet to use Tinder or...
That would be brilliant. We need somebody here to develop an app that's like, sorry, you can't date anymore. We think you need more inner work. Bye. Call us in 3 months.
Yeah, and then to make it a business, like financial, איך אומרים, רווחי. So you need to do like שיתוף פעולה. איך אומרים שיתוף פעולה באנגלית?
Like to go under construction. No.
לא, שיתוף פעולה. I know that word.
Oh, good. I don't yet remember it. It's good. My Hebrew, your English is much better than my Hebrew.
Oh, thank you. I never learn.
You didn't learn anywhere?
I never
like
study English.
Just
no.
movies, right?
Movies, France.
Yeah.
I grew up Haredi, by the way. That's why.
Right.
Okay.
That's okay. Your audience knows exactly what you're saying.
כן. זה הכי חשוב. כן. So, yeah. Speaking about that, to be a professional matchmaker, you don't need to, you need to be good in many
in a lot of areas.
Yeah, you need to be a good psychology, good with people, good with like, again, many skills that you need
also even knowing how people present themselves, whether they have confidence, when they put photos out there, what kind of photos are they showing?
So also marketing,
everything.
Everything.
You kind of have to be like a mini expert in like a dozen different areas to really help somebody.
Yeah, wow. I want to ask you something as a single. What is the biggest mistakes that singles makes that keep them single, in your opinion?
Oh, I think everybody has a different stumbling block and something that is difficult for them. One of the big mistakes is thinking about what does your family or your friends, what do they actually want for you? And thinking about that more than what do you want for you, right? So if you try to match what they want for you, we're going to have a problem, because they don't need to be married to the person, you do, right? So everybody's like, oh, but my friends, my family, they love this person. And I'm like, who cares? You don't, right? And they're like, no, but I should. And I'm like, well, should doesn't work, right? It has to be that you care for them. It's your style. It's your flavor. It's what it's meaningful to you. And It's good if it works for the family. We want it to work for the family, but Rishon first, it has to work for you.
Yeah. And as more you connect to yourself,
Yes.
so you can know better who is right for you and who is not. And you don't need to run away like to people, friends, family, and to decide for
you, right? And I think also when they see that you're happy and you like the person you're with, they will accept them more. Even if it's not their flavor and style, they're like, oh, but he is so happy. Look how happy he is. They'll be very happy for you and they'll be very happy for the situation.
Yeah. I can imagine the situation that this guy came to the family on the first time and the father said, oh, you look fine, but my daughter is so happy, so I'm happy as well. Okay.
Yeah. In Israel, they would say it like that because they're very yashar.
Very direct.
Yeah. In America, they would go, oh, so nice to meet you. And they'd smile, and later on, they would go, no.
I think it's better the Israeli way.
I like it. That's why I moved here. I like the Israeli way.
כל האמת בפרצוף. All the
Yes.
truth on the table.
Yes.
Interesting. What about physically? What do you think? What about put like if we put on the side the halacha point of view, what do you think? Like get physically on the first steps in the relationship. It helps to make a connection.
Physical intimacy.
Physical intimacy, yeah. Like, or it's better like to לשמור נגיעה.
Okay, so I have mashu be'emsa, something right in the middle, because even before I was religious, you just remember, I grew up secular, I know what it's like to be secular, and I know what it's like to be religious, and I dated both ways, okay? So I have the perspective that somebody who has dated in both communities, and I know the difference compared to somebody that only knows one or only knows the other. So I believe that we should take some of the wisdom of shomer negia and apply it. And we have to live in the modern world, okay? So my rule is, the Aleeza rule, you have a 5-date challenge. And if you want to know if you like her, and if you want to know if she likes you, for 5 dates, you go out, you date. You should actually date. Go somewhere, do something, talk, connect, build your relationship. And then after 5 dates, if you want to see each other for a 6th time, which, how many times do you get to a 6th date if you're talking and connecting? Like, not so often. It's one and done, right? You have a date, done. 2, done. It's very hard to get to a 5th date. But if we get to a 5th date with no physical contact, nothing, no pat on the shoulder, no shalom, no nishikot, nothing. Klum. Just listen.
Nothing.
Listen, you're going to try it. I'm going to challenge you. He's going to try this, and you're going to hold him accountable to this. Bimet, okay? If you get to a 5th date, you don't even need my help as a matchmaker or a coach. I'll tell you why. You like her, she likes you. Now you introduce the physical, we see where it goes. Okay, but I know you like the neshama. I know you like the human. When you start with physical touch in the first 5 dates,
it's going to be a bricha. Like you escape from the intimacy.
Yeah. And I don't know if you just like the goof and how you feel, or how you feel in your heart. In English, I say that you should touch hearts before other parts.
Wow.
You can translate that.
Great slogan, Aleeza.
It's good, right? It won't sound the same. Give me the Hebrew. What's the Hebrew of to touch hearts but not other parts?
לגעת בנשמה בלי לגעת בחלקים אחרים.
Yeah, not as sexy. But English sounds better. I only know how to rime in English, not in Hebrew yet.
I can work on it. I need to make the translation.
You have to play. Now he's thinking. But think about it. If you touch hearts, if you like them, how do we know if they like you? Everybody wants to know. How do I know that you're the one? How do you know that I'm the one? This is how you know. I know you're thinking, I know what you're feeling, I know that we connect, I know that I like you. Okay, now I know that there's a physical side too. Okay, but first comes that. If you do it reverse, let's just do it in reverse. You have physical intimacy first. Let's see if that works. If that doesn't work, who cares about the lev, right? Who cares? If physical intimacy works, yay! But if the inside doesn't work, the whole thing is dead, nachon?
That's right.
But if the inside works, then of course you're going to figure out how to make the physical intimacy work because I like you so much as a human being.
Wow.
Okay, so we go practice. We go have fun. It's kef.
Wow.
You know?
Challenge expected.
Yeah.
The 5 days.
Accepted the 5-day challenge.
Wow.
You're going to try
it's
it.
much better when you put it in like, in a title. 5 days challenge. Like
5-day challenge.
No. If you said to someone, okay, you need to לשמור נגיעה until the wedding, it sounds like so...
It's too much.
It's too much. It's too different than...
Correct.
My lifestyle, my world. It's like...
Right. And
even though if I okay, I agree.
Right.
This is the best way to meet someone, but
it's not
so
the
hard.
only way.
Yeah.
It is one way, and it works for a certain group of people that observe those types of laws and that community. And for the modern world and for a different community, it's not working.
Yeah.
So some people say, forget about it, forget about religion, forget about it with nothing, it's klum. Why should we forget about it? Why don't we just modify it and do something that works? So people like to negotiate with me, especially Israelis. I'm surprised you didn't negotiate.
Not me, not you, 3 dates.
Right, that's what they say. I knew it. That's what they always say. They're like, I can't do 5, I'll do 3. Now 3 is okay, but I have talked to men.
At 4.
But let me tell you, I've talked to men and they tell me, Aleeza, if I like her, I would do 10 dates without touching her. If I know, if you're telling me I can know, mamash know that I want to be with her, I don't care if I wait 10 dates. I said, no,
because
not
then
10,
you
just
have
5.
because then you have the whole life.
But you have
for
clarity.
The physically part.
But also you have clarity. You know.
Yeah.
Also for men, I'm going to make another pitch. You have to. I like that you're a gentleman. Is there a word for gentleman? Not just gever, but what's gentleman in Hebrew?
Gentleman sounds much better, but yeah, in Hebrew we have gever. You have to act like a gever. Gever.
But is gever's like gentleman or gever's like a man?
Both.
Okay, so we need like...
תהיה גבר.
Okay, we need like gever, but like from 1950s. נכון?
Yeah.
You open the door.
I have this in Hebrew. גבר של פעם.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the...
Like a man from times before.
Like old school man.
Old school man. That's what I want. I like that the man opens the door. I like that he pays for the date. I like that he treats a woman like a woman. And I like that a woman treats a man like a man. Like we have a role in this world and it feels so good. That's how we develop a love and a connection. So if we have a man that is behaving like a man and he wants to know, who is my wife? Who is my eshet chayil? Who's this amazing human? How are you going to know? Because men, you have less of the ability with like the seichel and the wisdom, the bina. It's not your gift. You have other gifts. But it's a woman's, ability to have the bina and this deep wisdom to know what's right. For men, they need a formula. And you won't know, and if you're going to be a gentleman, you're going to pay for the date. So I'm doing you a favor. I'm telling you, you only have to pay for 5 dates, and if you don't make it to 5, forget about it next, okay? But if you make it to 5, there's something worth investing in. And I'm going to save you money because what are you going to do otherwise? You're going to come to me and you're going to be like, Aleeza, I don't know.
It's cheaper than pay to a professional matchmaker.
It's cheaper. And also, you're going to date somebody for 6 months, a year, and I met somebody and he said, yeah, I think she's the one. I said, how long have you been dating? He said a year. You think? You've been dating for a year? You think? Why don't you know? I'm sorry. I'm going to I'm Israeli now. I'm calling it what it is. You should know. 100%. You don't have to get married, but you should know that this is your person. What? Sheila? Are you for me after a year? What, you didn't spend enough time with them?
This is crazy, by the way. This is crazy that I see like people who can spend like 1 year, 2 years,
2
like you
years,
said. I'm still not sure.
No. You will be sure after 5 days. Anybody who takes this challenge, you can have your money back. It's free.
I totally
I give you free
agree with you,
advice.
Aleeza. I totally agree with you. Like, yeah.
But it works, and it's amazing. And I'm not telling you be shomer negiah for your whole dating relationship. I'm just saying try something to get therapy. You don't need try something to get clarity. You don't
also
need
therapy.
No, but with this, you don't need therapy. You don't need a matchmaker. You don't need coaching. You need nothing. You just need 5 dates for your brain to figure out, do I like you enough to stick with you for a 6th date?
Wow.
You're going to know. I'm empowering you, and I believe that you will know, we should do a show. This is how the show goes. Everybody dates, 5 dates. You can see each other. It's not love is blind. Yeah, it's the 5-date challenge, no touching. If you make it to 5 dates, whatever, closed doors, and I don't want to talk, but take it slow.
What happened after the 5 dates?
Slow. Take it slow. No, because it's not, you still have to build the intimacy. And there's an intellectual intimacy, there's a financial intimacy, there's an emotional intimacy, there's many types of intimacy, and we have to feel like we trust you. If you break it and you go too fast, it ruins the moment. It's not there.
Yeah. Slow down.
Slow down, you move too fast.
Yeah, okay. After slow down. Okay. I believe that one of the things that help the most to singles people who've been in this tough journey of searching your partner is hope. When you listen, when you heard stories that about people that met the soulmate late in life, and they knew from the very beginning that this is it, this is the person, and then they got married, and they have kids and start a family, and everything it's just go better and better and better for them. When you heard this kind of stories of miracle story, it gives you a hope deep inside, it's possible. It may be hard and tough.
It's very hard.
It's very hard.
It's very possible.
But you have to know deep inside that it's possible. It exists.
It's not just possible and it exists. The whole world was created this way.
Yeah.
This is how we came in. We came in, right, with our neshama connected, and then it pulled into 2 bodies.
Yeah, but when you
different
that's right. But when you heard stories from the real life, from the reality, from your friends,
there's
too
people,
much.
There's
so
too
it
much,
make it not just idea and reality.
It's real.
So maybe you can share with us, with the audience, real stories, maybe 1 or 2 stories of
how people met. Miracle stories.
סיפורי השגחה, ניסים.
השגחה פרטית.
כן, something that wow. שזה הלך טוב.
So I had a client, and she was living in New York. And she said, I really, she's dreaming of going to Colorado, where she can go skiing and relax and enjoy. She just loves the life there. And I said, so move to Colorado. She goes, no, I can't move to Colorado. There's no Jewish men there, hardly any. It's a very small community. I said, are you happy in New York? She said, no. I said, okay, so go visit Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Go visit. So she went for a couple weeks. She said, I'm going to go for 3 weeks. She took off. She was maybe between jobs, looking for something. I said, just take a break. Take a dating detox. Take a break. Go relax. Go skiing. And she called me after a couple weeks. She said, I really like it here. I said, get a remote job. Everything's virtual these days. Who cares? Just stay. So she did. She got her remote job, and she stayed, and she started working there, and she had friends there, and she had a community there. And after a couple months, some of her friends, I kept calling and checking in. Maybe I have somebody for you, maybe this. She's like, but I don't want to move. I only want somebody who wants to live here. I don't want, this is where I want to stay. Find my soulmate here. I said, I don't have anybody. She said, after a couple months, I met somebody. I said, how did it happen? Well, he's in my friend group. He got divorced. And he wasn't really looking for anybody. He's actually not looking to get remarried. But my friend said, you should go out with her. And he said, okay. And they went out, and they had an amazing time.
Wow.
And they started dating and dating and dating. And they got married. And he wasn't planning to meet somebody. It wasn't he was okay.
It's always like this. When you don't want to meet or look for it, it's come to you. Maybe, sometimes.
I don't want to give anybody hope that they should stop looking. I also believe that when you look, you find, and not that you should sit home going, wait. This is a story of change. She went to where she was going to be happy and find her joy. She knew that in New York City there were more options. There were many, many more singles. But it's not a numbers game. You're looking for one.
It's very important to say that.
You're one.
Yeah.
And she wanted one in Denver, right? She wanted one in a place where there weren't many people, I had another client like that also, and she was in Toronto, but she was moving to some, I don't even know the name of it, in Canada, a remote place. I think she was one of like 2 Jews in the whole community.
Wow.
I said, why are you going there? She said, I have a school. I have to go to this school. It's a specialized school. It's the only school in Canada that offers what I want.
I thought she goes there to open a Bet Chabad or something.
That's what you need. There was not even a Chabad there, okay? So she goes there, and I said, well, what are you going to do? She goes, you tell me. You're the expert. I said, okay, I have a plan. The plan is you go there, and you have to date remotely. You have to date online, video, virtual dating. You're not meeting anybody there. This is not like, Colorado, you could meet somebody. Here, you're not meeting anybody. She said, okay. So we fixed up her dating profile online. She started dating online. And after a couple of months, she met somebody. And she still had another year in the program. And I said, what are you going to do? You met somebody. She said, I'm not quitting my program. I said, okay. How are you going to? She said, no, we talked about it. We're getting married. And I'll come home on Shabbat. We'll go to where he lives on Shabbat, where we are going to eventually live. And during the week, I go there for school, and I'm going to travel back and forth. And that's what she did.
Wow.
So I like that people find their joy, what makes them happy. It makes you a better person. It makes you a better dater. It makes you have more personality. You have more stories to share, more wisdom, and you're in a good place. And when you're in a good place, like the sun is shining on you, right? So good things come to you. And you have to be smart about it, and you have to compromise. Like this one couldn't date in person. She had to date online. The other one, she had to just take it slow and find herself and bring her joy, but be in a place to receive, right? Not just go out, you have to also hunt, right? Go out and get what you want. It's gum v'gum. You have to do both.
Yeah. Sometimes I think maybe it's easier in these kind of places that there is no so much, איך אומרים שפע באנגלית?
Like abundance?
Abundant, yeah, like...
No, I think abundance is also good.
It's also good?
Israel, very good for the Jewish people. Very good for finding soulmates. New York, London, Miami, LA, Toronto, all the big cities. But you don't think
that sometimes you can get confused from like all the options?
Yes.
It's like too many options.
Yes. Yes. So we work on that. That's definitely...
Yeah, that's why I need a matchmaker.
It's like a horse with blinders. Also, I don't know that one phrase in Hebrew, but where you have to not be looking everywhere. You just look in the derech yashar, what's ahead of you, what's in front of you, and try to find that person.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should delete all the dating apps. Now you just can. עשית לי חשק, אומרים.
No, we're going to... Everybody, you have a job. We need his wife.
Yeah.
He's looking for her, and she's missing. She's lost. She didn't get the directions on the road. She's somewhere else, and he is on the road now. And so we're just going to bring them together. You know him better than I know him. You have the greatest ability to know about him. Do they know what you're looking for?
Of course.
Of course?
They?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You want to tell them?
In the next story.
In the next episode, you're in a story?
Yes.
In the next story, he promises, he commits, and not promise, he commits to sharing what he's looking for. Yeah, we'll get everybody. We need everybody's help. You're part of Aliza's army, okay, of angels. I have an army of angels that are all over the earth here, and we have come down to do one job. Because an angel can only do one thing. Your one mission in life is to help make a shidduch. You have to make a match. At least one. At least one. They say you make 3 matches, you go to heaven. There's no source for it. It's a good thing. But it's the greatest mitzvah in the world. I think you make 1 match, you go to heaven. Right? You just have to make a match and bring people together.
It's not the whole Gan Eden. It's just...
Oh, a third of the Gan Eden.
1/3, yeah, third.
Then you better make a lot of matches. Like 9, 15, 47.
You want to upgrade your Gan Eden position. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you, what is your top golden tips for singles, serious people who wants to break out of the singlehood cycle?
Okay, so first of all, you never give up and you never stop looking. You have to know from a place of knowing your person is here. They exist, they're living, they're breathing, they're in a goof. Right now, they're in a body here in this world. Number 1. know it. You know, kind of like, you know, like the 10 Commandments. It's like, no, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Like, no, this is no, your soulmate exists.
Very important.
Okay? Number 2, you must make an effort to find them. What is your hishtadlut? What is it? I don't know. Some people, they should be on dating apps. Some people should go to their friends. Some people should go to parties, events. Everybody has a different hishtadlut. Wherever you want to go, but you should make an effort to find them. And wherever you are okay. Like, don't do something that you hate doing. Do something that you don't mind doing. Okay? And the third thing is to really empower your community. Tell people, I'm looking. My person exists. I know they're here. Aleeza told me.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. I mean, you're Israeli. You're not allowed to be shy. It's not in the definition of what an Israeli is.
It's not an option.
Yeah, you just sit on the bus and you're like, shalom. You know, like, you're shy. You're
People don't do it anymore, you know?
They do.
Really?
I sat on the train the other day. The lady, she sits down next to me. I'm talking with my friend. We're speaking in English. And in Hebrew, she says, oh, that's so interesting. What are you talking about? You're talking about matchmaking. I said, yeah.
No, I mean like
but yes, they do
men
shiduchim.
to
Women,
like they don't like start
in Tel Aviv even.
In the
you know
real,
why?
In the
you know why?
real,
Because everybody's
real
sitting
world.
there. No, but everybody's
That's
sitting with their phone
exactly.
is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Put your phone down is number 3 and talk to the guy next to you and set him up. That's number 3. You should set somebody up. You should make an effort to get to know one new person every week, randomly. I don't care. I don't care if it's, you know, from the store or on the bus or on the train or wherever you are. Get to know one new person. See if it's relevant and try to make a connection. We got to make connections. We must make connections.
Very important. ממש מצווה חשובה, ואינשאללה, בעזרת השם, שנזכה, נסיים בעברית, שנזכה שכמה שיותר אנשים ימצאו את הזיווג שלהם והתחתנו. We need that in these times in Israel. Okay, this is it for episode 13 of מחלקה פנימית. Thank you very much, עליזה בן שלום, for being with us today. It was such a pleasure and fun and interesting talking to you. And now I'm going to say it in Hebrew. So, תודה רבה, עליזה. זה היה מדהים וכיף לשוחח איתך. את ממש מרתקת ומיוחדת, ואני ממש נהניתי ולמדתי המון ממך. וזה היה פרק 13 של מחלקה הפנימית. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode. ביי ביי. שבת שלום.
מחלקה פנימית עם יוסי סבג.